There's a lot of prepper here, and this is part 2 of the 100 prepper list. Now, I left off where I was talking about head to the grocery store to get canned meat that is cheap there, but it's not really that cheap now. If you can catch it on sale, it is. So look in your ad. So that was number 35. 36 is live off your freeze-dried foods for a week. Buy the individual size so you can sample a variety. Calculate how much water you need and how much food you'll need to eat as a family to feel saturated. Uh, the recommended serving size of the package will not match your actual needs. You also quickly discover the need for variety, and you'll also recognize that your stomach will feel differently. Take heed and get some fiber pills. You also need more water. Need fiber pills. I guess it clogs you up a little bit, don't it? I don't know. Freeze-dried foods has its points. A lot of them goes down to some of these sporting goods stores and they get those MREs and they eat them and have them. But they're kind of expensive. They're like $6 or so. You might be able to find them cheaper somewhere else. But, if you want to try them, try them. I used to eat them and I actually liked them. I thought it was pretty good. But some of them did taste kind of bland. Now, number 37 is consider adding a jar of Vaseline to your supplies. Petroleum jelly is an excellent fire starter. One pair with a cotton ball soaked in the stuff paired with gauze is also effective ointment for scrapes, burns, and cuts for your first aid kit. Additionally, it can soothe chapped lips and prevent chafing between legs, minimizing friction between skin and clothing for walking or running long distances. Number 38 is learn sign language. In a situation where you're not able to really talk with your family members or something where you require to be quiet, really it's just learning sign language, and that's a good point on. I knew some sign language, but I don't remember it now much. So learning some sign language is something you need to think about there, and I really probably need to learn it myself. Clear the condiment shelf of your refrigerator. Use the added space for bottle grains. You can never have enough water stored, and this is a way to squeeze in some extra space. While canned foods can last well beyond the use-by date, condiments and alcohol bottles can be dangerous to your health. I see a lot of some of the preppers are showing their stuff. They're having bottles and bottles of ketchup and bottles of ranch dressing and bottles and bottles of mayonnaise. Mustard, I use mustard for not only for eating wise. I use spicy mustard here, as you can see, for to help with muscle soreness because of the spiciness in it, and for abscess areas, boils, and things like that, cuts and scrapes. It helps with that. So that there is a multi-use on it. So the mustard there works good for me on that. If you want to learn how, there's recipes where you can make your own mayonnaise. There's recipes on how to make your own ketchup. There is dry goods you can buy like ranch dressing and things like that. You may want to consider as an alternative source if you want to continue with that. Take a self-defense class, get some defense tools. Defense tools can be a wide variety. Don't get it just because it looks bad, looks sharp. Get it because that is what you're comfortable with, whether it's a small piece or a large piece. A homemade self-defense thing can work just well if that's what you are comfortable with. Self-defense courses can range for different things. So taking into consideration your physical being, your physical health, or whatever. Kempo is more using certain abilities, using your oomph behind it. Let me put it that way. It's a lot of hand techniques, hand movements, and it teaches you how to defend yourself even if you got physical limits. Some of them requires more strength to it, but decide which one you want to try in that situation. Test your prepper knowledge, it says. So that can vary. Again, you got to be careful about getting into prepper slump, like I said. Prepper fanatic stage, you got to be careful. Prepper knowledge is never the same for any two people. For me, it's back to basics. Mine's geared towards nature and things in that area, learning how to survive off the land. Mine is geared towards other areas and stuff, thinking about surviving in a day-to-day situation in the area I live in. And so what I feel may be different from what you feel. So I'm still learning, bottom line. 42, talk with great grandma and grandpa. Lend an ear to an elderly person to find out how they stocked the pantry in the old days or how they survived hard times. Back then, more and more of them lived off the land. They had knowledge how to live off the land. They knew what plants to harvest, basically. There was a difference in that time area than it is now. It wasn't you didn't run to the local fast food restaurant to get something to eat and stuff. You didn't go get pizza, just because you didn't feel like cooking. They had to cook their meals, and they had to make gravy was easy to make. So to make it real simple, they would take dry during the time they would take clovers that was dried and grind them up and replace 25% of their flour with clovers. Same way with curly dot, they would grind it up to replace 25% with that. Same way with goldenrod can be done that way, as well as Joe pie and other flours can be dried and ground up to replace 25% of the flour and make it last long, and also you get nutritional value from it as well. Shop at farmers market and can some. Learning how to can is another issue there. A lot of people don't like to can, a lot of them don't know, but learning how and getting your supplies a little at a time. You don't necessarily have to get it all at once, but get a little at a time and start out small. 44, check the sodium contents of your cans. Female warm safety. Salty foods increase the amount of water you want to drink. This at your thirst threatens your water supply by depleting it faster than if you have a low sodium goods. Now, Roman noodles, it has a lot of salt content in it, but if you break it up and you add other ingredients in it, like vegetables and things like that, and in that area, you're making that meal go farther. And again, you are lowering your salt content, especially if you're cooking your own dry beans and things in that area too. Number 4 is add more iodine salt to your shopping list. Iodine is a central trace item, and salting is an important task in preserving. Check the label, as you'll be surprised that many sea salts do not contain iodine. There is people who can't have iodine salt, so that's why they use sea salt. So that's something you need to check with your doctor if you decide you want to approach that route on purifying some of your food and curing it. Number 46, boil some rice. Seriously, you don't know how to boil rice, you may rely on the directions for a box of rice, microwave, frozen rice, or plug in a rice cooker, but none of these options will work if there's a power blackout. Trial and error is all I can tell you on that, because we all have to work at things to make it better. 47, make some food with grains, beans, and aluminum. Well, it's Legumes. I'm not pronouncing it right. So, stockpile long-term survival foods, but do you know how to cook something with them? Yes, I do. I make a lot of pasta dishes and stuff because it's cheap for one thing. I was raised like that for another thing. Rice and beans is a staple meal for me. I fix it up. I will add other vegetables into it and everything. I would do what I got. Number 48 is stock up on boarding card games, and books. Um, that's something to think about, especially in the computer age. A lot of people is really counting on their computer to get them through. But board games and card games and things can keep you entertained, and of course, books is something you need to think about. But then again, uh, you find books at yard sales and things like that. But a lot of people uh, don't get books anymore. They just turn around and read off the computer. But that is something also to think about in that situation. And you need to think about the limit, how much space you have a limit. Number 45 is save seeds and sprout them. That's it says GMO ones. You need to look into what you want. Got to make sure that it's something you would eat. Don't plant something you won't eat, because it's just going to be a waste. Number 50 is learn how to read a map. Reading a map, we're getting kind of cold depending on GPS and everything else, but you need to really know how to read a map. It's been years since I've actually had to read one, but I can read it if I need to. 51 is learn how to navigate with a compass. I'm rather rusty on it. I have a compass on the end of my hiking stick, but pointing north is if you need to go east, but your compass points always north, then you know you need to go the other way or whatever. You need to learn how to navigate with a compass and learn how to read it. I actually need a refresher course on that. 52. Get products in a can that repairs punctures and inflates your tires. That can be good within time limit. That can get very expensive. Uh, it says some of the newer cars have the ability to drive 80 miles with a puncture if you don't have such tires. Get help in a can to inflate your tires. It's talking about the basic products on it. It's something you need to think about. Maybe try and keep a few cans on hand, but also you need to think within a budget if you can or cannot afford it. Number 56, be thankful. If you love meat, consider eating bugs, and say goodbye to being a vegetarian. Americans could certainly learn to live on less meat. So, on the Discovery Channel, it talks says about 90% of bugs and animals are eaten by humans, but 90%, well, if I can get the page, 90% plants cannot. That's enough information to know that you simply can't beat meat when it comes to your preference. One can only stay a vegetarian thanks to a stable society or certain things on that basis. So, but if the fire grid is knocked off, a lot of these raw food diets and things that people don't, it's going to go out the window. 54 is zip supplies in buckets and bags. Supersize your prepper with food grade buckets. Mylar bars will keep your food safe for long terms. Plastic bags will help protect macaroni and flavored rice products from moisture and vermin. Plus, you can identify expiration date quickly. These extra plastic bags will become useful in emergency survival situations too. Use them like gloves, set them out to collect rainwater, and so much more. It's something to think about. And you don't want the cheap ones. You want the good quality ones because the cheap ones are going to fall apart. Number 55, get into the medical stuff. Think about dental first aid and be sure to add a dental medical kit to your. You can buy the kits already made up, but if you want to have a larger supply, you need to kind of shop around at some of these stores and look at some of the little lunch pails and things that's got like the little side ones that opens up and things like that. You need to think along that area. If you want a bigger bag, you need to think with multi compartments and things to put for safe supplies and weigh the possibility out because the other one just has so many in there and there's a lot of things in it that you will never ever use most likely. So you need to think on that. It says switch toilet paper brands. If you are not buying Scott's 1,000 toilet paper, then you change from the road too often. Test this product and you see. Talking about getting a better quality of toilet paper than using a cheap one. But the thing too, you can also save old phone books up. You can also, when you go out to eat or whatever, you save your napkins to use as well. 57, cut your old garments. On the homestead, nothing goes to waste. Cut up old garments and make a quilt. In a situation like that, you can, and it can also be used as toilet paper if you run out. And that's where you would need your buckets of water. You would need to keep your dry rags to the side. You got vinegar water right there, clean vinegar water, whatever you want to dip it down in there. And then you want to wipe yourself with that vinegar water solution. Then you want to put it in the dirty bucket with vinegar water in it or soap or whatever. But the vinegar, you can add baking soda to it and help clean it. Number 58, check your tarps and supply. Do you have enough plywood to patch up a broken window or to batten down the hatches in event of a world chaos? A tarp can help you in a pinch. Tarps have many other uses. A tarp can help you temporarily patch a roof. The thing is, ordinary glue tarps may attract too much attention Preppers often want to stay under the radar. The camouflage tarps, right, can hide many things, but sure to have enough duct tape, bungee cords, and stakes on hand. And yes, they make camouflage duct tape, but the problem with camouflage duct tape and others, there's not as much on it, and it is more expensive, so you have to think on that as well. Number 59 is buy some non-food supplies at the grocery store. Toilet paper, paper towels, trash bags, can opener, things in that area to stock up on as well. So, uh, number 60 is um, get your hands on some shop towels. Generally used by auto shops, you will find shop towels will be a rugged addition to your prepper storage. Heavy duty shop towels will pack more compatibility than ordinary paper towels. They're kind of like a material like deal on them, and actually you can wash them out and use them quite a bit before they wear out on many cases and let them dry. Number 61 is, of course, head to the pawn shop. Find some useful stuff and get into junk, silver, gold, or hard gold cash. I'm not worried about silver and all that other stuff. I really just not. A lot of people are. For me, it's just surviving at that point. I don't really have the money to put towards saving a bunch of silver up. That may not matter for a while. And again, it may matter too. So this here is part 2 here on this. And number 62 here says hide and save your silver, start collecting nickels and copper. Again, that is a choice if you want to do that and do that as a barter. You may want to go a different route on bartering than this. You may decide you want to save pencils. You may decide you want to save shampoo, or you're making soaps or whatever. You may decide you want to save by large quantity of knives or whatever. Everybody's different on their barter system, whatever you're comfortable with. Okay, and then 63, of course, is baked biscuits from scratch. That there is just something that will come with a survival situation for most preppers. So, I'm going to stop here, and I'll join you on part 3 later. So this is Live Prepper here. Be safe, be happy. Bless you all.